Hi guys, it's Constance with Charming Custom Crafts, and if you've seen my video before on how to make wobblers, wobbles, springs to make your little embellishments wiggle, and they'll make you giggle, but they will go. These, you know, at last time I did not have a paper punch. This is an inch. You can use that, or in the video I actually used the end of the spool. But I wanted to show you something that actually kind of amazed me, that people don't understand how you can actually save money. Do your research before you buy, and be smart. It's the reason why I started my page on Facebook. But I'm going to show you, and I was originally going to actually make up wobblers from this entire roll. But at the bottom of it, it has everything you need to see at the bottom. It's 26 gauge, 3 yards, 2.74 meters, and 3 yards on this one. But you'll understand what I'm doing when I get to it. But what I did is I went and I wanted to figure out the entire roll, since there is 3 yards on this one. And understand the logic. In the first video you'll see that you do one full and then you do 3 halves, and then you just cut it. So when I took this spring, before actually putting it into my little pieces of paper in the video, I just pulled it out to measure how many inches that this would be. So, and I'm going to show you, it actually comes out to just about 3 inches. So I went, it's a little shy of that, but I went by 3 inches. So by going by 3 inches, in this particular spool, you're going to get 36 wobblers. Now, it's considerably cheap. I mean, you can find these pretty fairly reasonable depending on where you go. And all I did was use my scrap paper. With using my scrap paper, the paper cost me nothing because it's paper most people would just throw away anyway. And this is just regular roll tape. You can get 3 rolls for about $3. So, any old pen, any old scissors. So I wanted to show you. Okay, and I want to grab my iPad real quick. And I want to show you. I looked it up on Joann's website. Now this is online, and I know they're having a sale. They always have some sort of sale with coupons and things. But I don't know if you can see. This is my business page on Charming Custom Crafts on Facebook. But I wanted you to see this with Joann's. Their rolls actually has more. They're by a dozen. It comes in different colors, just like the rolls I did. I don't remember how many I got, if it was 6 or 8 or if it was a dozen, but I got it at Tuesday morning. I don't think I really paid more than $2 or $3, maybe $4 max. But here, if you go, I'm just going by this price. They have the same, I think it's 26 gauge, 22 gauge, but it's gonna spring the same way. All of the packs that I saw looked like they were all exactly like this. The gauge could be a little different, but it's $12.99. Now, I went to one of those sites that actually sells the wobbles, the wobblers, the springs, whatever you want to call it, a few months ago. And I had requested a sample pack. Now, for protection for them and for me and my address, I blotted out all the information. This came in today. Now, it's been many months. I didn't expect this at all. It came in a clear envelope. And I want to show you what their spring looks like. And don't get me wrong, it's pretty. But when I show you the prices, it's not worth it. So granted, we use tape. You can use the 3-dimensional tape, glue dots, whatever. But if you're doing paper scrapping or paper piecing, you have that kind of stuff anyway. But this is how pretty this is. It's nice. But again, this is not going to fit on anything but, like, they gave you a sample one that you can tear off. And they tell you to use that. And it already has a little tape here, and it tells you exactly where to put this thing. Now, what if your embellishment's smaller? You can cut this down, but the spring is plastic. See how big that is? Why would you want something that big? Now, even the way I made it, you can actually cut this piece of paper down to fit your embellishment. It's still going to do the same thing. And you can just use strong tape, strong glue dots. Now this is sticky tape on both sides, and you peel this off here, and you would peel this side. But this is plastic, and though that the spring has, I believe, technically 4 rings plus the center that connects it, it's just pretty. But I went to their website and I wanted to show you the price on these things. Now again, I protected them, and I mean, it's nice. They gave you a nice sample, and I suggest you get a sample, but I don't think it's worth the money. So I sat and figured this out. At this particular place that I I got the sample at, and I'm going to use this. I'm going to use the scissors to point, I guess. Whatever you want to call them. I went by quantity, price, cost per piece, and then additionally, I didn't even add in the shipping. So for the first dozen that you bought, they were $6. It came out to 50 cents a piece, plus your shipping and handling. 2 dozen was $11.25. It comes out to 46 cents a piece, plus shipping and handling. 4 dozen, $18.95, comes down to 41 cents plus shipping and handling. So, I mean, I didn't even add that into this price. If you buy 100 of them, they're $28.95 at 28 cents a piece plus shipping and handling. 200, $54, 27 cents a piece. So there's not even a whole lot of difference between the two. It's a penny difference. 500, and this is scary. It's not that much difference. 500 for $122.52. That's 24 cents a piece. And again, none of these include shipping. And of course, their handling fees. Now, by going off of what I just showed you off of Joann's website, this is what I figured out by using my math and my noggin. Joann's has the the pack of 12 of 5 yards each. Now mine has 3, so I can only get 36 out of each one. So you get 3, each spring is 3 inches. And that means if you get 60 inches per spindle, you'll get 60 per spindle at 5 yards. I will only get 36 at this one, okay? So 60 spindles, or 60 wobblers per spindle. There's 12 in a pack for what Joann's has. So you're going to get 720 springs. And that's 720 springs. That's with your scrap paper. Scrap paper that you would not be using. And some just basic tape. Now again, let's go back and let me show you this. 500, $122.52. Now that's $12.99. That's just the springs. That has nothing to do with the tape. That has nothing to do with taxes. And of course, you know, Joann's always has coupons. This week they got 20% off. And a 40% off coupon off one thing. So it pays to use the 40% off. So you use 40% off and you know this price is going to go way down. So the paper's not going to cost you anything if you're using scrap. So at springs alone with no taxes, no tape, I actually divided the 720 springs that you're going to get off of the $12.99, and it came down to 0.18 cents. That's not even 2 cents per spring. 2 cents. Review, even at those prices, none of those are 2 cents a piece. Going back, now if you add the taxes, and adding the taxes and say $1 for a roll of tape, because they're usually 3 for $3, and you can probably go to the dollar store and probably get them cheaper. But I just put for one roll, that comes to $14.50, and it actually came out to 2 cents a piece. 2 cents, and again, let me review. Even at buying 500 at the name brand is 24 cents a piece. This is still 720 springs. Now, just by chance that you say $3 for the tape, you can get 3 rolls, and it may cost you 3 rolls to do 720 of them. I don't know. I haven't done it. I haven't done the math on the tape, but it's insignificant, so it's not even worth it. But you just figure $3 plus 50 cents tax, and maybe even add that up another quarter. But still, even that, it still doesn't, it comes out just barely over 2 cents a piece. And this is why I wanted you to see and understand that sometimes buying name brand is not always worth it. Now, again, look how big it is. You cannot cut this thing down that much more or it won't stick because of the way they make the spring. You can't put, say you cut it down, you can't tape this down. It's just not going to work. Because then if you put tape on this, the spring's not going to work. I mean, it's like I said, it's pretty. It's nice, it's simple, it's already made. But is it really worth, no matter what you look at 2 cents at the maximum, at $12.99, and making them yourself and taking just a few minutes to make